They don't need chains to control you. They just need to pay you enough so you never try to leave. Enough to pay rent, enough to calm fear, enough to stay busy, but never enough to become free. That's the middle-class trap. Comfort feels safe, while your best years quietly disappear behind routine. Most people think traps look painful. They imagine bars, locks, struggle, suffering. Real traps look comfortable. They come with air conditioning, direct deposit, health insurance, and a Friday paycheck. That is why millions never notice it. If a cage feeds you regularly, your mind starts calling it security instead of limitation. The first paycheck feels like freedom. You feel proud, useful, adult, respected. Then bills arrive like silent predators: rent, car payment, insurance, groceries. Suddenly, the same money that felt exciting already belongs to other people. And when income arrives pre-spent, your future begins shrinking before the month even starts. Then something dangerous happens. Your salary stops feeling like income and starts feeling like oxygen. Missing one check feels like panic. A bad month feels like disaster. When money becomes breathing, you stop chasing growth and start protecting the source. That is how dependence disguises itself as responsibility. Look closely at modern exhaustion. Many people are not tired from hard work alone. They are tired from repeating a life that no longer fits who they are. Same alarm, same traffic, same chair, same forced smile. Repetition drains energy faster than labor because the soul gets bored long before the body does. Routine is dangerous because it feels harmless. Nothing dramatic happens today. No collapse, no warning siren, just another ordinary Tuesday. But ordinary days stack quietly into ordinary years. And one morning you wake up shocked that time moved faster than your courage ever did. Many middle-class people own nice things, but not their time: a financed car, a rented apartment, a funded vacation, a branded lifestyle. Yet every item quietly sends one message: keep working. Ownership without freedom can become decoration on top of invisible pressure. And the cruelest part? Society applauds this trap. They call it maturity, stability, being realistic. So when you feel empty, you blame yourself instead of the system. You think something is wrong with you, when something may be wrong with the path you were handed. The trap gets stronger when pain becomes normal. You stop noticing stress headaches. You stop noticing shallow breathing. You stop noticing how fast Sunday night ruins your mood. Humans adapt to almost anything, even misery. That is why many people don't escape bad systems. They slowly decorate them, defend them, and call them life. Some people are not drowning in debt. They are drowning in maintenance, car payments, subscriptions, upgrades, insurance, repairs, appearances. It takes so much money just to maintain the image of stability that nothing is left to build actual freedom. The machine keeps moving because stopping would expose how fragile it really is. The middle-class trap often hides inside pride. You worked hard for your lifestyle, so questioning it feels like insulting yourself. That is why many people protect choices that are hurting them. Ego says, keep going. Wisdom says, recalculate. Pride can lock people into years of unnecessary struggle simply because changing direction feels embarrassing. Notice how fear speaks politely. It rarely screams, stay trapped. It whispers smarter lines, be practical, wait one more year, now is not the time, play it safe. Fear survives by sounding reasonable. That is why intelligent people can stay stuck for decades while believing they are simply being mature. And then one day, success starts feeling strangely empty. You did what you were told. You stayed responsible. You kept up. Yet inside, something feels unemployed. Because money can hire your time, but it cannot automatically hire meaning. When a person builds income without identity, the reward can feel hollow no matter how polished it looks. The trap is not one giant prison wall. It is thousands of tiny monthly ropes. Rent due Friday, credit card due Monday, insurance renews next week, car payment after that. None of them feel dramatic alone. Together, they tie your future to the calendar so tightly that even dreaming starts to feel financially irresponsible. Many people think they own a house. Sometimes the house owns their decisions. It decides where they work, what risks they refuse, how long they tolerate misery, and how silent they stay. When one payment can shake your whole structure, courage becomes expensive, fear becomes practical, and comfort becomes your landlord. The office can become a beautifully lit aquarium. Clean walls, stable temperature, scheduled feeding, performance rewards, everything looks professional. Yet many workers swim the same circles every year while calling it progress. If movement has no direction, motion can become camouflage. You look busy enough that nobody notices you are emotionally standing still. Your alarm clock may not wake you up. It may remind you that your time belongs elsewhere first. That is why some people feel anger before sunrise. It is not laziness, it is emotional resistance. The body often understands captivity before the mind can explain it. Stress speaks through fatigue long before logic catches up. Friday feels magical to millions for one reason: temporary ownership of life. 2 short days where fewer people rent your energy by the hour. Then Sunday night enters like weather. Anxiety returns before Monday arrives. That feeling is data. It means your nervous system knows something your excuses keep trying to hide. Some people are financially stable and spiritually starving. Their bills are handled, but their curiosity is malnourished. Their schedule is full, but their identity is underfed. They can afford dinner out, yet cannot afford one honest hour alone with themselves. Wealth measured only in money can hide emotional poverty for years. The cruelest cages are socially rewarded. Promotions, titles, nicer neighborhoods, upgraded cars. Each reward tells you to keep going, even when your inner life keeps shrinking. That is why many people confuse applause with alignment. Just because others admire your path does not mean it belongs to you. Payday can feel like oxygen because the month has been holding its breath. For 48 hours, hope returns. Then auto payments strike, balances drop, and your mood falls with the numbers. If peace arrives only when deposits land, that may not be freedom. It may be dependency wearing a smile. The middle-class trap survives because nothing looks broken enough to force change. You are uncomfortable, not desperate, tired, not ruined, unfulfilled, not starving. So you postpone action another year. Human beings move fastest from pain, not boredom, and boredom can quietly steal decades while looking harmless on paper. Then one morning, the mirror becomes dangerous. You see someone responsible, productive, respectable, and strangely absent. The body showed up for years. The real self did not. That moment hurts because it reveals the cost clearly. You did not lose only time. You lost presence inside your own life. But here's the truth most people miss. Feeling trapped does not mean you are doomed. It means your awareness is waking up. Numb people do not question cages. A person who feels frustration has already changed inside. Pain is often the first signal that your old identity can no longer survive the old system. Freedom rarely starts with quitting dramatically. It starts quietly. One skill learned after work, one useless expense removed, one honest hour protected from distraction, one small stream of income that does not depend on permission. Tiny acts look weak in the moment, yet they slowly build the confidence fear was stealing from you. Many people need less rescue and more subtraction. Fewer payments, fewer ego purchases, fewer habits that numb stress but deepen dependence. Simplicity creates breathing room, and breathing room creates courage. When your life costs less to maintain, your truth becomes cheaper to follow. That is when options start appearing where fear once saw walls. Then something subtle changes. Payday arrives, but it no longer controls your mood. Monday comes, but it no longer owns your soul. Other people still see the same life, yet inside everything is different. Real freedom often begins invisibly long before it becomes visible on paper. You may still have a job, you may still pay bills, but now you know the difference between income and identity, between comfort and peace, between looking stable and being free. Once seen clearly, the trap loses its magic. Illusions survive in darkness, not in awareness. So start tonight, not next year. Tonight, open your bank app, name every payment stealing tomorrow, cancel one thing, reduce one thing, replace 1 hour of scrolling with 1 hour of building. Momentum is born from action, not motivation. Small truth repeated daily can outperform big promises delayed forever. Protect your mornings if you can. Protect your evenings if you cannot. Somewhere in your day, reclaim one sacred hour. That hour can become a skill, a business, a stronger body, a calmer mind, or the bridge out. People change lives less through miracles, more through defended time. If nobody ever told you this, hear it now. You are allowed to want more than survival, more than rent paid, more than looking normal, more than being tired with benefits. Desire is not greed when it asks for peace, purpose, and authorship over your own life. And if this message hit something deep inside you, that means part of you was waiting to hear it. Not everyone is ready. You are. Sometimes growth begins the moment truth finally feels louder than fear. Let this be that moment. So tell me honestly, what has owned you most? Fear, comfort, debt, or routine? Comment escape below if you are done living on autopilot. And if you felt this deeply, support the channel with a like and subscribe. Every person who wakes up weakens the trap for everyone else.